the Bob Mills Weather Center, Oklahoma weather expert, Jed Castles.
Jed, just a reminder of even straight line winds, how damaging and deadly they can be.
Yeah, you know, a lot of folks up in Tulsa kind of compare this to the ice storm of 2007. That a lot of times will take down a lot of power lines. It'll take down trees, but the kind of damage we saw from the storm over the weekend is amazing. Look at these pictures here. This is from Bob Mills Sky News 9 HD. Again, we had big time severe weather. Those winds can do that right there. You don't see that with an ice storm. So a little difference in comparison between this and that event. One thing those both do, they take down the power lines, and that was one of the biggest problems with this storm that rolled through over the weekend across much of northeast Oklahoma. But look at these pictures, just absolutely amazing. Some of those winds up over 100 miles per hour, maybe well above 100 miles per hour. We did have a few tornadoes up there, 3 tornadoes reported. And again, they created their own set of problems, but that straight line wind knocked over those massive, 50, 100-year-old trees, which have been around, got a lot of stories to tell. Boy, a lot of those were knocked over, and they're having to get those cleaned up. Well, the story about today and also yesterday is the heat. So let's check out the heat indexes from yesterday. You get up into the Tulsa area, not as hot as the southwest part of the state, but 93 in its own right, 94. That tells the story. Very hot conditions to try to get out there and work. So that was making things a bit more difficult for our friends up in the Tulsa area. Even here in Oklahoma City, we had to do some cleanup. Our heat indexes were close to also 93, 94, but then southwest Oklahoma, look at these heat indexes from Mangum to Tipton, Granfield to Walters, down to Waurika and Ringling. Spots there 110 and up to near 120. So absolutely just brutal day with that heat index yesterday. Here in Oklahoma City, we made it to about 93, 94. Today's heat index will probably at that. Before lunchtime, we'll get up to near 104, 105, close to 106 going into the afternoon. The dew points are the key on that, and those really scoot up into the state and bring some very oppressive conditions going into the afternoon. Fortunately, we'll have a little bit of wind. That'll help a bit, but still, if you're out of that wind, it will feel very, very humid today, and heat will be the story with the heat index today across Oklahoma, 100 to 115, and really most days between now into the rest of the week will be up in that range as well. 75 right now. East winds at 10 miles per hour. Checking your forecast today, we're near 79 here at 9 o'clock. We'll close in on 85 at 11, 90 about lunchtime today, and then climb into the low 90s today. Lots of sun. UV index will be close to an 11 coming up for today, which is in the extreme category. Southeast winds, they'll blow about 13 miles per hour. So great day for being out at the area pools. Make sure your kiddos are well lathered up in that sunscreen here coming up for today. Most spots in the 70s right now. It's a warm start this morning. We'll heat it back up into the 90s for most locations. Upper 80s, low 90s covering most of Oklahoma. A few spots again could be back up above 100 far southwest and far west Oklahoma. There may be a rain chance coming in late today into this evening, may even last for a while to about midnight. A few storms in the far west parts of the state as we go into tomorrow. We'll start the morning off in the 70s. For warming it back up into the 90s again tomorrow. Again, that heat index will be the factor. Upper 80s, low 90s around more heat, extreme heat in south and west parts of the state. And with that, a few storms possible too. By late tomorrow into tomorrow night, some storms will develop in the Panhandle, parts of far northwest Oklahoma, then roll down into the state. So it's not locked in. A lot of data is now starting to show at least a chance for some storms. We'll monitor that if storms develop. Severe weather with some large hail and some gusty winds being the primary threats. Also some heavy rain possible too. We'll have those chances right now at 40% across much of west parts of Oklahoma. So summertime heat as summer officially arrives tomorrow. 91 for Wednesday, 87 for Thursday with a few clouds and a few thunderstorms, but we'll heat it back up. Saturday and Sunday got some 90s there, 80s and 90s. That'll take us on into next week. So summertime forecast taking us into the next 9 days.